أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أهلا وسهلا إلى مركز العلوم والحكمة Remote Study. Welcome to 15th part of our lesson series from the book titled Learn Tajweed with Ease. I am Mudaris Sulaiman Ali. Happy listening. In this part of the lessons, we are going to discuss types of Qalqalah. Types of Qalqalah. There are three types of Qalqalah in Tajweed. There are three types of Qalqalah in Tajweed. And Tajweed means the principles of Quranic recitation. The principles of Quranic recitation is called Tajweed. So there are three types of Qalqalah in Tajweed. If I may ask, when you see a letter of Qalqalah at the beginning of a verse of the Noble Qur'an, or in the center of a word in Arabic, in the center of a word, or at the beginning of a verse, or in the center of a verse of the Noble Qur'an. So what do you call such principle of Qalqalah? It is called Qalqalatun Sughra. Qalqalatun Sughra. Qalqalatun Sughra. This is when a letter of Qalqalah is read in the center of a word or a verse of the Noble Qur'an. Not at the end. Either in the center or at the beginning. So such principle of Qalqalah is referred to as Qalqalatun Sughra, which means minor Qalqalah. Minor Qalqalah. The word minor means something small, not big. Something small, minor, small. Qalqalatun Sughra, minor Qalqalah. Examples. Okay, let's try to illustrate that from the examples below. Okay, here is one example. Qafun carrying sukun. La uqasimu. La uqasimu. Uqa. La uqasimu. As in, La uqasimu bihadha al-balad. La uqasimu bihadha al-balad. That is Qalqalah. That day that you heard me say, reading, is Qalqalah. La uqasimu. That is Qalqalah. It is more accurate than reading it as La uqsimu bihadha al-balad. La uqsimu bihadha al-balad. So it is more accurate to read it as La uqsimu bihadha al-balad. La uqsimu bihadha al-balad. Okay, La uqsimu. This type of Qalqalah is called Qalqalatun Sughra. Qalqalatun Sughra, minor Qalqalah. Number two example. Tajari. 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 So the Jimun, the rule of the Jimun with sukun is called Qalqalatun Sughra. Tajari. Tajari min tahtiha al-anhar. Khalidina fiha. Tajari min tahtiha al-anhar. It is more accurate than to read it as Tajri. Tajri min Tajri. So to read it as Tajri is more accurate than to read it as Tajri, as in Jazauhum inda rabbihim jannatu adenin tajri min تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا جنات عدن. Remember, Dalun is also one of the letters of Qalqalah. جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار. So this kind of Qalqalah is called Qalqalatun Sughra. Qalqalatun Sughra. Then number 3, Yubedi'u. The number 4, you read it as liyunfiqa. Fiqa. It is more accurate than liyunfiq. Rather, liyunfiqa, as in لينفق ذو سعة من سعته. لينفق ذو سعة من سعته. لينفق ذو سعة من سعته. So what I have just done to the letters carrying sukun, being among the letters of Qalqalah, is the principle of Qalqalah in Tajweed. It is called Qalqalatun Sughra. Qalqalatun Sughra. Minor Qalqalah. I hope you understand. MashaAllah. Then the second type of Qalqalah, MashaAllah, the second type of Qalqalah is called Qalqalatun Wusta. Qalqalatun Wusta. Intermediary Qalqalah. It is in between. Not minor and not major. It is in between. Qalqalatun Wusta. So when do we refer to it? When do we make reference to Qalqalah? As Qalqalatun Wusta. This is when a letter of Qalqalah is read at the end of a verse of the Noble Qur'an without shadda, meaning the letter of Qalqalah is not carrying shadda, and the Qalqalah is being applied at the end of a verse of the Noble Qur'an. While the letter of Qalqalah is not carrying shadda, such Qalqalah is called Qalqalatun Wusta. I hope you understand. When a letter of Qalqalah is read at the end of a verse of the Noble Qur'an without shadda, that means the letter of Qalqalah does not have shadda written on it. So such Qalqalah is called Qalqalatun Wusta. Let's try to illustrate that with the examples below. Number 1, Bi Rabbil Falaq. We all know the kafun is at the end of the verse. Bi Rabbil Falaq, as in Qul a'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq. So this is called Qalqalatun Wusta. Number 2, Ma khalaqa, as in Min sharri ma khalaqa, at the end. Min sharri ma khalaqa. It is at the end of the verse, so you call it Qalqalatun Wusta. Number 3, Idha waqabe, as in wa min sharri ghasikin idha waqabe. Wa min sharri ghasikin idha waqabe. So ba'un is another letter of Qalqalah. So this kind of Qalqalah, you call it Qalqalatun Wusta. Number 4, Huwallahu ahad. Huwallahu ahad, as in Qul huwallahu ahad. Qul huwallahu ahad. So this kind of Qalqalah, you refer to it as Qalqalatun wusta, because it is being applied at the end of the verse. Now the third type of qalqalah. The third type of qalqalah is called qalqalatun kubra. Qalqalatun kubra, major qalqalah. So when do we consider it as qalqalatun kubra? This is when a letter of qalqalah is read at the end of a verse of the Noble Qur'an with shadda, meaning it must have shadda written on it. The letter of qalqalah must have shadda, and shadda means stress. Shadda, stress. To read a letter with stress, like ba, bi, bu, with stress, shadda. Now let's try to illustrate with the examples below. Number one, here's the letter of qalqalah carrying shadda. How do we stop on this letter? Min al-haqq. Min al-haqq. That is called qalqalatun kubra. Number two, watabbi. Watabbi. As in, tabbat yada abi lahabi watabbi. Tabbat yada abi lahabi watabbi. Watabbi. So the ba one is carrying shadda, and we are stopping on it as a letter of qalqalah. So it is called qalqalatun kubra. Such qalqalah is called qalqalatun kubra. Number three, fil hajj. Fil hajj. Fil hajj. You know, jimun is one of the letters of qalqalah. So it is carrying shadda here, while the rule of qalqalah is being applied to it. So such qalqalah is called qalqalatun kubra. Qalqalatun kubra. I hope you understand. Now we have three types of qalqalah. A qalqalatun sugra, when qalqalah is being applied in the center of a verse of the Noble Qur'an, or at the beginning of a verse of the Noble Qur'an. Qalqalatun sugra. So the second qalqalah, a qalqalatun wusta. Qalqalatun wusta. That is when it is being applied at the end of a verse without shadda, meaning the letter of qalqalah is not carrying shadda. So the last one, qalqalatun kubra. Qalqalatun kubra. This is when it is being applied at the end of a verse of the Noble Qur'an, and the letter of qalqalah is carrying shadda, as in watabbe. I hope you understand. MashaAllah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Kindly like the video, share it, and hit the subscribe button below. مع السلامة وإلى اللقاء آخر.